What is good, Ninja? OG over here from Player Essence, and welcome to another Nintendo Switch and gaming news video. Today, we have some interesting topics to go over. The much rumored Pokemon Stars, as far as what Eurogamer has to say on that, and more. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So Eurogamer, like I stated beforehand, tries to explain what happened to the mysterious title Pokemon Stars, which was rumored a while back. So Pokemon Stars was once rumored to be in the works for the Nintendo Switch. Eurogamer reported last year that the game would be an expanded version of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Pokemon Stars ultimately did not materialize into anything, and it was only the Nintendo 3DS that received the new Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon versions last month. Now, Eurogamer has a report looking into the situation as far as them explaining what happened. Now, Eurogamer first brought up how Pokemon started to be less of a need as Nintendo Switch became more and more successful, with The Legend of Zelda and Mario already planned to launch within the first 8 months of the system, so a Pokemon game may have been overkill. Also mentioned in the piece is that Nintendo wanted to continue supporting the 3DS this year. That's where Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon come in, despite Nintendo's belief in Nintendo Switch having those Ultra titles available on the Nintendo 3DS ensured there was an established audience for this year's Pokemon game, as well as a tentpole launch this winter on the dedicated handheld front. Now, the final element to what Eurogamer talks about is that while Pokemon Stars have been planned and worked towards while Sun and Moon were in production, it never represented a true leap towards what a Pokemon designed for significantly more powerful hardware might be. Fans wouldn't be enthusiastic about the first Pokemon game on the Nintendo Switch if it was more of an older port as opposed to an entirely brand new title. Now, Eurogamer claims that the development of Stars switched course around the end of last year. Additionally, Nintendo's plans for Pokemon Stars were in place alongside the development of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Even though Pokemon Stars isn't happening, the first Pokemon game for the Nintendo Switch will have a longer development cycle and could make use of HD Pokemon sprites and potentially buddy Pokemon. So this is very interesting to hear them kind of control, I hate to say the word damage control, what their report was, but they're following up. Eurogamer tries to do their best in terms of explaining what they do, and they nailed the Nintendo Switch. So since they nailed the Nintendo Switch and they've nailed a lot of information surrounding with Pokemon, I'm gonna go ahead and take their word for it here as far as what they had to say on this matter, because they've proved themselves when it comes to Nintendo in terms of the rumors that they've talked about so far, and to nail the Switch like they did, in addition to other people who have sources with Eurogamer. It wasn't just them, but they had the first big report that everyone was looking at. I will have to say that I'll take their word for it on this one. We've heard about this Pokemon Stars game and all that, and yeah, lots of companies work on prototypes, stop, think about things, redesign stuff, say, okay, well yeah, Pokemon, Mario, and Zelda in the first year, along with Xenoblade, and along with everything else, that is 100% overkill. And on top of that, they're right about that. Like, Nintendo, if they were to release a game that's just kind of a port of a older 3DS game, I mean, I guess that's cool, right? I mean, obviously that would have been awesome to be able to play Pokemon and everything, but at the same time, would it give us that leap that we saw with Super Mario Odyssey? Not sure. So I think it's okay. Pull back a little bit, make a Pokemon game that's built for the Nintendo Switch, and you're going to get a far better result because of that. On top of that, you're going to get brand new ideas, and we're probably going to get some like HD Rumble, and there's going to be more Nintendo Switch systems out on the market so they can sell more. So to me, it was a good decision because I'm playing Xenoblade Chronicles 2 right now. So I wouldn't want to have Xenoblade Chronicles 2 and also have this game here. No way, man. Like, that's just too much. That's way too much. A brand new Pokemon game in addition to Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that's way too much. So what do you guys think about the report here as far as what they had to say? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, I'm moving into the next article here. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle adds Iron Tagger, Makoto, V number 13, and Ease. 4 more BlazBlue characters join the fight. So Iron Tagger, Makoto, and everyone else that I listed in the title there will be playable in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Developer Arc System Works has announced. The newly announced characters join the previously announced ones: Ragnar the Blood Edge, Jin Kisaragi, Rachel Alucard, Hazama, Noel Vermillion, and more. So BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle will launch for the PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC in 2018. You guys are checking out the trailer as well here, and this is awesome to see all of these cool BlazBlue characters join in the fray. We haven't had any recent BlazBlue news, at least anything too big so far. This is the next big one here. Looks like this roster is going to be pretty sizable. I think they're already up to around maybe 15 characters or around that size in terms of things. They're in the team teens for sure. So that's really good. So I'm hoping that it's going to top off around 20 something to 30 characters. I think that would be a good first entry in this new line as far as what they're trying to do with the tag battles, the crossover gameplay, and all of that. And I'm really excited because this is one of the core fighters. This is the type of stuff that Nintendo Switch needs. We've got some pretty cool fighting games already on the Nintendo Switch. Pokken Tournament is really good. We also have Blade Strangers apparently coming out sometime this year. Maybe not. Maybe it got delayed and we didn't know, or they haven't announced anything yet. But Blade Strangers is coming out. Pokken Tournament is already out. We have those action fighting games like Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. That game's also on the Nintendo Switch as well. So I think more and more will definitely come as the time goes on. We're getting the Street Fighter 30th Anniversary Collection as well on the Nintendo Switch, which is amazing because it comes with so many different Street Fighter games. We already have Ultra Street Fighter on the Nintendo Switch as well. So I think that fighting games definitely can find a home on the Nintendo Switch. And as we continue to get more, just if you like that franchise or if you think that you can get good at the game or whatever it is, make sure you pick them up, man. These fighting game developers, they bust their butts to bring great quality fighting games to the Nintendo Switch. And if we can support that in good ways, man, especially with stuff like this, with BlazBlue, definitely go out there and do it and let them know that fighting games do have a home on the Nintendo Switch if you're into fighting games, that is. So what do you guys think about BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle? All these different BlazBlue characters joining the fray. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the last article here. Recently, we did have the NPD that came out, and we also had some articles talking about how the Nintendo Switch is selling pretty much exactly as fast as the PlayStation 4. But a lot of you guys were asking me to give my thoughts on the NPD and give my thoughts on the Nintendo Switch sales in terms of to other systems, because a lot of people were trying to find the data like, okay, well, how fast is the Nintendo Switch selling? Is it selling as fast as the PlayStation 4? How did it do compared to the Xbox One? And shout outs to Forbes for rounding up that information. But I'll talk about the NPD quickly. The Nintendo Switch was apparently third. It went PlayStation 4 number 1, it went Xbox One number 2, and that's a combination of Xbox One X in addition to Xbox One S as well, and the Nintendo Switch was third. All the different console manufacturers had an amazing November. The reason why I didn't report on it as quick as some other people were doing it, or whatever the case is, or the leaked numbers, is because November is always inflated with sales and we never get any actual real leaked numbers from the NPD. Now, some other people always sometimes leak them, but we never actually get any numbers. We just get, okay, the industry made this many billion and this many billion, and that's kind of boring. But what we do know is that PlayStation 4 was number 1. It was $199 at many places, so obviously it's going to definitely sell the most there. Xbox One S was down to $189. That sold really well, along with the launch of the Xbox One X, which I don't think did as well, but combined, they definitely did good together. And the Xbox One S had a good holiday as far as November in the US, that is. And the Nintendo Switch still did really good. They said that in the report that it sold a lot of units and all that good stuff. So all the systems did really good. I don't care about the whole console war stuff. I said this a million times. Do not care about which one sold more than the other. All I want to see is the Nintendo Switch do well because it's my main gaming system. It's my main platform. I'm lazy. I like to lie down in bed and play games. I don't like to turn on the different TVs and stuff like that in order to play at this point. So I don't really care about everything else. I just want to make sure that the Nintendo Switch is doing well so we get more games on the system. Great for PlayStation 4, great for Xbox One. Those are my thoughts. I don't care about the whole who sold more than what. Don't care at all. All I care about is the Nintendo Switch is selling really well and we're getting more games because of the great sales and because Nintendo's different development atmosphere and attitude pertaining to the Nintendo Switch. Now moving on to the actual sales rates, because some people were asking me to talk about this. Shout outs to Forbes with this information. So let's go ahead and let's get into how they stack up. So with a March 3rd, 2017 launch, the data on December 10th, 2017 says that it took the Nintendo Switch 9 months and 7 days to sell 10 million units plus. Now in contrast, the PlayStation 4 launched on November 15th, 2013. It took about 8 months and 29 days to sell 10 million units, almost identical. The difference being that Sony had a full holiday sales window while Nintendo hasn't had that with the Nintendo Switch yet. The Wii also took about 9 months to sell 10 million units, and that was back when it was like a worldwide phenomenon, non-gamer craze, unlike anything the industry has seen. So the Xbox One, that took about a full year to ship 10 million units, not sell through like the PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and the Wii. So there's no data on how much for the exact figures in those 10 months. Now the Wii U, Nintendo's last console as far as home dedicated console, took 2 years and 7 months to sell 10 million units, and it ended its run at 13.5 million units. It is entirely possible, if not likely, that the Nintendo Switch could outsell the Wii U in its totality in the very first year on the market, which I've talked about as well. So it's very impressive to see these numbers. And like I said, not because it's selling more Xbox One or on the pace, it's just the fact that it's selling as well as it is, and we're going to be getting more content because of that. We got Wasteland announcement. Also, the developers like, okay, we're in now. 10 million units is selling as fast as the PlayStation 4. Well, if we supported the PlayStation 4, we're definitely going to put some content out on here because we know there's going to be a future for this platform. We know it's going to be a healthy business. We know that as the numbers rise, our games have a better chance of selling better. You need users. You can sell 5 million systems, and that's great if you sell 5 million, but if nobody is buying after that, then there's not going to be a future because developers want to see that high install base. That's probably the most important thing outside of development tools and things like that as far as in today's age. But developers really want to see that you have a consistent rate of sales, growth of sales, not just major third-party developers, but independent developers as well. Many of them skipped over Wii U because they didn't feel that the system was going to be anywhere. That Nintendo was going to come out with their next system soon. So they held out, they just made on PC, went to 3DS, went to other systems, and now that the Nintendo Switch is healthy, a ton of independent developers that never put out games on Nintendo systems beforehand are making games for the Nintendo Switch, in addition to third-party developers as well coming back, making content when they didn't make anything for the Wii U. A perfect example of this is Square Enix. Like, we're getting a lot more games from Square Enix compared to what they did on the Wii U. All they had is like Deus Ex, and like that's it. So for the most part, they didn't really have much. So that's what we're seeing here when it comes to Nintendo Switch, and that's what I'm happy about. So it's very impressive that Nintendo was able to do this here, and I just want to continue seeing it just go higher and higher. So what do you guys think about the sales here as far as the rate of sales in addition to everything that I discussed in this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We've got Facebook, we've got Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps to spread the content of Player Essence across the interwebs in addition to YouTube. Also, make sure you check out our Patreon and YouTube live gaming page and consider supporting Player Essence. When you do so, it gets you access to all sorts of cool benefits, perks, rewards, and emotes via YouTube sponsorship. So check out the link in the description below and consider supporting Player Essence right here on YouTube. Hit that like button if you did like this video. Lets me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future. And subscribe to Player Essence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you for the next video. Peace.